YouTube friends and family. How are you guys doing today? I hope that everyone is doing wonderful and swell per usual on this good Sunday morning. It is March the 15th, 2026, and it is currently 9:18 a.m. here in Detroit, Michigan. I'm just getting up. I didn't rent me a room last night. I just went to my brother's house or whatever since I didn't have my boys or when I didn't have any of my children with me. So therefore, I didn't really care to rent the room and waste my money and, all that type of stuff. Even though it was very difficult sleeping there last night because it just needs to be cleaned up so bad. But I had went in and went into the back room, swept it out or whatever, cleaned off the bed and made me a little space, turned on the heater, and went to sleep. Plus, I ain't go to sleep till like 2 something anyway. I was just up driving around last night thinking or whatever, taking the time to have to myself, to think, to process things, and just be by myself. Nobody in my car, no children. I wasn't talking to nobody or anything like that. I was just able to think. And that was cool or whatnot. And I pulled up to the house about probably like around 1:30, went in probably like around 1:30, 1:45, 2 o'clock, somewhere in there. And I couldn't go to sleep at first. I had turned on me some meditation music, and then I finally drifted off to sleep around 3 something. Then the dog started barking like crazy because one of the other dogs off the block started going crazy. So I was up again, and I had stayed up for probably about an hour or so. Went back to sleep around like 4 something, and I got up around 7. So, it was cool or whatnot. I was just getting through the night. I had a lot on my mind. And I wasn't crying or anything. I was just thinking about a lot of shit. So I got up this morning or whatever, and about to get ready to get my day started. I'm really waiting on the dispensary to open so I can grab me some weed real quick, and then I'm going to get my day started. Because I didn't go yesterday or whatever. I ended up having some Lyft riders or whatever. They had some good ass weed too. So that was pretty cool. And I didn't have to go to the dispensary last night or whatever. But now I'm up, and I was debating this morning on if I wanted to lift or not today, because y'all know that my muffler had came off yesterday. Even though my car don't sound any louder or anything like that to me or whatnot, I was just debating on if I wanted to lift, and God was telling me like, yes, you do. Turn on your lift. Hi, Pooh. Turn on your lift and lift today. Because that's what you bought the car for. To lift and eventually give it away to one of the kids till you get you a new car. So lift. And it was like, don't let it stop your money because you've been doing good. So go ahead and lift. Like, if anybody want to cancel your lift, then just let them cancel it. It's not a big deal. So I'm like, okay, God, well, I'm going to get up and lift, but I'm about to give me some weed first. And he was like, all right, cool. Go ahead and get you some weed. Turn on your lift at about 10:30. Get your day started. I'm only 6 lifts away from the $91 extra reward or whatever. So I was hearing like, go ahead and do that. What's Lyft? Laugh out loud, I'm joking. Oh, I was about to really break it down like, oh, it's like a taxi service. But anyway, yeah, so I'm about to get ready to lift or whatever after I leave the dispensary. They open up at 10 o'clock, so I got about 40 minutes. So that was giving me time to go ahead and just do my video anyway before I get my day started. I put some gas in my car. And usually I just make sure my car is on like a half a tank. And it costs about $25 to get my car on a half a tank, $50 to fill it up. And I usually start off with at least a half a tank. I try not to let my car go under a half a tank or whatever. But, get the day started and just see how it goes or whatnot. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and listen to God and go ahead and lift or whatever and see how my day goes. Plus, it's going to be one of the last days I could even potentially go and spend the night at my brother's house because he's going to have to turn off the lights and the gas and the water and stuff. So, yeah. But I was like, I'm saving this $100. I'm not renting a room. I don't have my kids. I'll go right into that house and clean up me a little small area and go to sleep. I was only asleep for about 3 hours anyway, like I was at a quick stay. And then I got up and came back out here today or whatever. And I'm just hearing, like, for some reason I'm hearing Young Jeezy Thug Motivation right now. But I'm hearing that. And yesterday when I was driving, I had a few different Lyft people or whatever, and I had this couple. They were a white couple. I think they were probably, I don't know where I was at. Maybe that was like Berkeley, Ferndale, Royal Oak, somewhere up in that area or whatever. And I had picked them up, and they were really nice. They were getting ready to go out into Ferndale or Royal Oak, whichever one, and go out and have some drinks and eat and stuff like that. And the guy had got in my car first. And when he got in, I had spoke to him or whatever, and I was getting ready to pull off. He was like, oh, no, wait, we have someone else coming. So I'm like, okay. And then I eventually saw his wife coming off the house. So I'm like, oh, what are you guys getting ready to do? Are y'all getting ready to go out and, pregame for St. Patty's Day or whatever? And he was like, well, she's already been drinking, blase split. We was having a good time. And then the wife and the husband, they were talking about being at MGM Casino recently, and that they had seen Flavor Flav. And the wife was talking, and she was like, he looked really handsome compared to how we are used to seeing him on TV with Flavor Flav and stuff like that. And she was like, he was really cleaned up, he was really chill, and he had a good personality. And the husband was like, yeah, he was real down to earth. And you would think that he would be all loud like, Flavor Flav. He was like, but that's just not even his personality. He's real cool. He was like, that's just like a TV personality. And they was like, everybody in the casino was like, Flavor Flav. And I just started laughing or whatever. And she was like, you gotta be cool to be able to make money off of your personality. And I was thinking about that, and we had ended up talking about the Illuminati and being the sacrificial lamb and stuff like that, and being conspiracy theorists and things of that nature. And I was like, yeah, it is good to have a personality that you can make money off of. And it just made me think about myself, because a lot of people be thinking that I get on camera and I just be acting when this is my real life. And a lot of people would be mad that their life can't make money, and it's because their life is, I'm not even going to say boring, I'm going to say typical. Like, you get up every day, you go to work, or you go to school, or you take care of the kids, and it's not really nothing outside of the norm. Well, my life is not like that. Every day something new happens in my life, even if I'm not doing shit. Like, they were saying, like, Flavor Flav was a script just like Love and Hip Hop. And those are people who get on TV, and it's supposed to be a reality TV show, but they're going off of a script. When my life is really like Love and Hip Hop for real. It was really like that at one point in time, with real life drama, baby daddies, his baby mamas, extra kids, bitches want to fight over niggas and shit like that. That was my real life, and I wasn't trying to have it that way. So people would be like, oh, dang, her life interesting. Like, dang, I wish I could be like that. Like, I say that my life is a movie, and I can write a book, and that's facts, and I can make money off of my life story. But do you think that I enjoyed going through half the stuff that I've been through for my life to be a movie that people would actually pay to see? In order for your life to be a movie that people would pay to see, or a reality TV show, or a script that people will actually sit down and want to watch once or twice a week, you have to be a very interesting person. And therefore, I must be a very interesting person. And she was like, yeah, he was all cleaned up, and he just did not give the impression that I thought he would give as Flavor Flav. And I was like, oh, she was like, he didn't have the huge clock on, but he did have like a necklace. And she took a picture with him and she showed it to me and everything. So I was just thinking, and mind you, again, they were white. And she was like, yeah, me and my dad used to watch Flavor Flav all the time. And I was just like, oh, really? And I used to watch Flavor Flav too. And she was like, yeah, I would be on there with Becky and Delicious and all of them. She was naming, like, the Love and Hip Hop, the Flavor Flav girls that we probably all know or whatever. And everybody know, like, Delicious and Hoops and they was from Michigan. So we were talking about that or whatever, and I was just thinking, like, it's crazy how people are so fascinated with other people's lives. Like, Flavor Flav was very interesting and fascinated, like we all was watching Flavor Flav and the Flavor of Love show. Like, it was just a good show to watch. It was drama filled, it was funny. Flav again had personality. But when he's out in public, like they said, they were at the casino, he just want to chill. You know, it's not no cameras in his face. He doesn't have to go off of a script. And they was really saying, like, dang, we really like his personality. He's not what we thought he would be. He's real cool. He's down to earth. He's handsome. He's this. He's that. He wasn't all ghetto and nonchalant and yelling and loud. And I was just like, I wonder, is that how people think about me? Like, oh, well, when I met her, she was talking very proper, or she was talking nice, and, you know, she was beautiful, and she was this, and she was that. Because a lot of times that you see me, you're going to be able to say that about me. Oh, Aaliyah, she looked real pretty today. And she was real nice. 9 times out of 10, if you see me loud or yelling or irate, somebody has done something to me that pissed me the fuck off. I don't wake up just yelling. I'm pretty sure if Flav, and I'm not even sure what his real name is, but I'm pretty sure if he was never on Flavor Flav, y'all wouldn't have just been, or a rapper, he wouldn't just be yelling Flavor Flav, and, you know. But at the same time, when you get ready to perform, again, if you're a rapper or something, then you put on your performance act. You get ready, you amplify your shit. Okay, I'm about to get ready to go on stage. I like to go by Flavor Flav. Hype me up. Let me hype myself up. Flavor Flav. So, you know, it's how you get into character. But sometimes your character is chill and you want to relax. So, it takes one to know one, is what I'm trying to say. And I was just listening to them like, dang, I know it's people who really think like that. And everybody who get in my car, half of the people who have gotten in my car since I started lifting again, they watch my YouTube channel. And I could tell, because they make sure to say something to me that lets me know that they watch my channel. And that was just crazy to me. And this older lady had got into my car yesterday as well too. And she worked for 36th District. And I seen that I was getting ready to drop her off at the grocery store, and I seen the apartment buildings that she lived in off of Highland Park. And, you know, those are more of historical buildings. They're old and things like that. Hi, baby. I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring you. And as soon as she got in my car and I seen that she was getting ready to go to the grocery store, I'm like, ma'am, does your apartment building have elevators? And she was like, yeah, girl, the same ones that was built in 1928 with the apartment buildings. I'm like, something told me to ask you that. But she wasn't getting, like, the round trip, of course, because, you know, Lyft only does a 4-minute wait or 5-minute wait. So I seen that I wasn't taking her back because I was going to offer to help take her groceries upstairs for her, because something just told me to ask, did she have an elevator? But being that I wasn't getting ready to take her back home, I knew I wasn't going to be able to help her. But I had just started talking to her, and she was like, you know, I rent this apartment out. But she's like, I own a house in Detroit. She's like, I have a family renting it out. And, you know, I collect the rent money, and then I pay my rent here at the apartment. But she's like, girl, I'm ready to just go back home. Rent keep going up. She was like, when the white lady owned the building, you know, it was under better management. Then these new people got it, and it's just falling apart again. And I have a house. I'm ready to just go back home. And I had started talking to her about houses and Detroit and stuff, because she, again, said she worked at 36th District. And I was telling her, I'm like, yeah, my houses got stolen, and I was going through this with the land bank, this, that, and the other. She was like, I believe everything that you're saying. And she was like, to be honest, the land bank is not set up for people like us, meaning black people. And we were talking about how people are buying up the houses and the property and things like that. And she was like, I believe what you're saying. And she was like, yes, they will steal your house. She was like, I believe you, or whatever. So we was just talking about that. And then somehow we ended up talking about God and the president and the Antichrist and everything like that. And she was like, whoever raised you, they just did like a really good job. And I was like, you know, thank you. And I didn't get into like, well, my mother is dead, my father didn't raise me, but he's deceased as well. And my grandma, she picked up after my mama passed away, but she's deceased too. So when she was saying like, you need to thank whoever raised you, it kind of had just made me a little bit happy or whatever. If y'all keep seeing me wipe my face, really, I had on some mascara yesterday and I went to sleep with it on, and my eyes been watering ever since I woke up. But and they've been draining. Well, at least they ain't draining black no more. But I was like, dang, I really don't even got nobody to thank. But at the same time, I was very proud of myself because she was an older lady. She was very respectable. You could tell she was one of those old ladies who still get up and press and curl her hair or roller set her hair and stuff before she put her bonnet on and go to sleep at night and everything like that. So, she was very respectable, very well kept older lady. She probably was in maybe like her 60s or 70s or something, but she was very beautiful or whatnot. And she just like, you need to thank your parents. She was like, and you keep on talking the way that you talk. She's like, you're not crazy. She's like, you're not crazy, and you keep believing in God. And I was like, thank you. And I remember her name was Red, or that's the name that came up as her Lyft name. Her name was Red. And she was very, 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 very beautiful. So I enjoyed my conversation with her yesterday as well. So that was good. I was just experiencing a lot of different people or whatever. But a few people had stood out to me yesterday. And I was also hearing like the Truman Show. I also picked up a lady yesterday, and her Lyft name was like Vivian or something. She was a very beautiful lady, and this is only that was like my 4th day lifting. That was my 2nd time picking her up. And the first time she got in my car, she was on the phone, and she was talking. She said she had like a 20-year-old daughter, and she was saying that she grew up in Harlem. And she was actually reminding me of Skilla Baby. She was light-skinned and stuff too, and I was wondering, was this his people? But she was like, don't make me call my nigga from Harlem. She was like, don't make me call my niggas from Harlem. I'll put a hit out on that bitch. And I turned around and I looked at her quick because she sounded like me, for one. And she was saying like, yeah, because so-and-so got to go get an outfit. She getting ready to go to her cousin concert. Cardi B coming to Detroit today, I believe. Cardi B is going to be here tonight. And she was like, yeah, she needs something to wear to her cousin concert. Cardi going to be here. So I'm just listening or whatever. Like, oh, that's cool. Y'all know I call Cardi B my cousin, even though I ain't never seen her a day in my life. But she is from New York or whatever, and I do got family out there and shit like that. And plus, I just like her music. So I call her my cousin, and if you watch my videos, I refer to a lot of Cardi B's music in my videos or whatever. So that was cool. And I had ended up picking her up again for a 2nd time, but when she seen me, she was like, look who my Lyft driver is, as if she knew who I was or something like that. But when I seen her the 2nd time, which was yesterday, I'm like, oh, look who my Lyft customer is. Like, that's my cousin. And that ain't my cousin or nothing, but it's just like some people you will have a bond with. Just because. And that's what you got to understand when it comes to things like soul family. Like I said, the guy had got in my car yesterday, and when he got in my car yesterday, I instantly started venting to him about another guy, though. I was talking to him about my guy friend or whatever, and for some reason, as soon as this man sat in my car, I just got to going. Like, yeah, so as if this been my friend for like 15 years. And I even apologized to him. I'm like, sorry, I don't know what it is about you that as soon as you got in my car, I just hit the go. I'm like, it's something about your spirit that makes me feel like I can talk to you about this man issue that I got going on. And he had started laughing. And he was like, well, I do got 6 sisters or whatever, and I'm the baby brother or whatnot, blase splee. And I'm like, yeah, because I just got to vent to you like you my friend. He like, we is friends. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's just crazy. But then y'all know I usually end my videos like, y'all be safe in these Detroit streets. And one of my other clients was like, make sure you be safe in these Detroit streets. And it was just funny to me. But then I also have like the ones who will get in my car again, who watch my videos, and then they'll be trying to be funny. Like I had these white ladies get in my car yesterday. And you would think when you get into neighborhoods like Royal Oak, Berkeley, Birmingham, and things like that, that if you got about 3 or 4 people getting in the car, you will order a big lift, especially since those people, and not just white people, the black people too, who live out in those areas, they think that they got so much money and they think that they be better than people who live in the city. So why in the fuck is you ordering a lift that you got 3 or 4 or 5 people getting in a car with you? You need to be ordering a bigger lift. I only fuck with my people in the city like that. And I ain't trying to sound funny or nothing like that, but again, I just said it. Y'all see that a lot of people in the city are in poverty, but they still trying to live and enjoy life. So sometimes they might have to pile up like the Mexicans. So I fuck with certain people like that. Like I said, some people got in my car last night. I was like, okay, cool. If you got to sit in the front seat, you just got to put my 2 bags in the trunk. And he was like, okay, cool, no problem. I put them in the trunk or whatever. So, it's only certain people that I fuck with like that. And again, I wasn't being prejudiced because those were 2 couples. I don't know if they were double dating or if it was just a group of friends. But one of the girls, and she was cool as fuck, she was white. And that's who I was talking to the most. Actually, the black girl was sitting behind me. The white girl was in the middle. And then the 2 guys, one was in my front seat and one was over there. But I could see the white girl the most in my rear view mirror. And that's who I was talking to the most. And she was cool as fuck. So I don't know if they were double dating or what, but I was like, yeah, just put that in the back or whatever. Like, I understand that they was trying to get to the Mike Epps comedy show or whatever. It was late, they was trying to hurry up, and I was feeling it. I was about to cancel the ride because I wasn't about to pick them up, and something was like, no, go ahead and pick them up. And I ended up picking them up, and we had a good time driving to the Little Caesars Arena. But again, some people, I expect that. And then some people, when you walk around with your nose tooted up in the air and shit, bitch, why is it 3 and 4 of y'all trying to get in a little ass lift? You should have ordered a XL. Stop being cheap. So again, I was hearing the Truman Show. Like, a lot of people watch me, and I was hearing some people are purposely sent to get in my car. Like, y'all don't understand how deep certain shit go. And speaking of, I picked up 2 Irish guys yesterday, and I was asking them, like, are y'all pre-gaming for St. Patrick's Day? He was like, no, these guys out here are amateurs, ha ha ha. They were joking. Like, basically, you can't fuck with us. You can't hang with us. Y'all don't drink like us. That's how they were joking or whatever. And they had strong accents, too, so I really enjoyed them being in my car. One of them was tatted up like a biker boy. They was getting ready to go have him a good ass time. And I can tell. So they were in my car, and at that time I was listening to a podcast. I believe I was listening to Reno Speaks Life while those 2 guys were in my car. And Reno was talking, so I was listening to him as I was driving, but I was also able to hear their conversation. And they were talking about studies, how they do studies on people. And they was like, yeah, we gathered about 100 people to do a study on. Just like how when they want to try out medicines and things like that, they'll grab 100 mice and test it out on mice or pigs or cows or something. They do the same things to us humans, which is why they come out with movies like Us, Get Out, They Clone Tyrone and shit. The Matrix, all that. And he was like, yeah, they'll test 100 people and do this, that, and the other. So I was kind of tuned into their conversation, but I was also listening to Reno Speaks Life. And, basically, look at me smacking on the gummy that flew out. But basically what he was saying was that a group that he knew of, I'm gonna say an organization, an entity that he knew of, was performing a test on 100 different individuals. And basically, they wanted to receive the results of how different people would act due to different things. And they do case studies like that all the time, and they do it for experimental drugs and everything. And I was hearing like the Truman Show, and I tell people all the time that my life is like a case study. What would Jesus do? Or, the Nancy Drew books, what would Nancy Drew do and stuff like that. I'm hearing that you're under a telescope like that, and you're under supervision. Like, people like to know how I think and what it is that I would do. And I said that a few years ago. I started to work at this group home. And when I was working at the group home, I felt like they were studying me. And I mean, not my co-workers, like the other Cenas and stuff, but I mean the higher ups, the nurses who own the group home and shit. I felt like they were studying me. And I asked them, I'm like, do y'all have cameras in this house? I feel like I'm being watched. And the lady just laughed or whatever. And what she said was, yeah, sometimes we like to see how people think. That's what the nurse said to me, who owned the home. She was like, sometimes we like to watch people because we like to see how they think. What would they do next? How their brain works. And I just was like, And while I was there, this was a particular group home where it was disabled adults. And only one of them was verbal. And I was paying very much close attention to the other three and how they were treated. So just like the ladies were examining me, I was also peeping out how they run the group home and how these people were acting who were basically considered to be brain dead. But you know, a lot of people that they consider to be slow or disabled, they're very smart. You just got to pay attention to them. And I noticed that, like, I've been in the medical field for over 20 years. I had got my CNA license, I was 19 years old. And I stayed in the medical field all the way till I was 30 years old or whatever. Then I started getting out into like other shit, the call centers and, you know, Amazon and, you know, different factories and stuff like that. But for the most part, any job I had, I was some form of CNA, caregiver, home health aide, or something like that. Whether I was doing it under my own EIN and getting paid under the table, if you would call it that, I was getting paid directly because there was no middleman. I didn't need a home care agency or anything because I had clients of my own. So that's what I spent the majority of my life doing for occupation. And when you have a job like that, you notice different things about people. That's why I'm not quick to be like, oh, that person got ADHD or that person is autistic or schizophrenic, because I've been in the medical field and I've been around a lot of different people. And some people just don't like getting fucked with. Some people just don't fuck with you, so they don't fuck with you. They don't talk to you. It'll be some patients that won't fuck with no CNA. Then they see their favorite one and they'll have a full-blown conversation. I had people who only want me to put their leg amputations on, but they don't know I know how to put it on so good because both of my grandma's legs were amputated. So you build rapport, you build relationships with people, and you start to see like, oh, so-and-so ain't crazy at all. Just like I said, I had this one client that was blind, and they used to say that she used to complain about people stealing her shit. And everybody be like, oh, she just crazy, she don't know what she be talking about. And one day I turned off my walkie-talkie and I sat in her fucking room. And I watched this lady, and you know, blind people, they have strong senses. When you lose one sense, the other one's heightened. And she knew that I was in her room, but she couldn't see me. She's like, who's in here? I can hear you. I know somebody's in here. And I was kind of laughing a little bit because she was right. I was in there, but I was being so quiet, you can barely hear me breathing. But she knew I was in her room, and she was feeling around. I was watching how she walked around her room. I was watching how she got to the bathroom, how she'd feel around for her tray and eat her food and feed herself and everything. And I'm like, this lady is not crazy. Everybody keeps saying that this lady is mental. She is not fucking mental. She know exactly what the fuck she's talking about. And somebody is coming in here stealing her shit. Like the fuck she said. So, you know, people would take advantage of people, especially when they say you blind. Who gonna tell? She can't see me. And people would take advantage of people like that. And that lady was not crazy, and she was telling the truth. People were stealing her shit. So I'm saying all of that to say, you gotta really get to know people before you just start listening to he said, she said, diagnosing them with something and all types of shit. And then some people are purposely triggered because I just said, the lady was like, yeah, sometimes we like to watch people just to see how they think, what they gonna do next. So of course, if they like to watch you like that, then they're gonna purposely do things to you. Again, like the Truman Show. They were purposely doing fucked up shit to Truman just to see what he would do. And you know, people would do stuff like that to you so that they can, again, write books about you, create medicines about you, write series, rap songs, all types of shit. But then that's just people wanting to write your story for you, but then deeming you crazy so you can't even tell your own story. And I was noticing those types of things. And I was just listening as I was driving yesterday. And I'm like, it's so crazy how this world works. But I'm so glad that I've made it up out the Matrix. And speaking of, I never really listened to the radio. But I was listening to the radio for a split second yesterday. And the Cat Williams clip was coming on where he kept saying, they want me to act like, what is it? Like, I don't know what the word woke means or whatever. If y'all ever heard that, and he was like, I'm not taking woke out of my vocabulary. Basically, like, they don't want people to be woke. I'm very much so woke. Like, I'm very much so woke. Like, Illuminati woke. That's why the Illuminati was emailing me asking did I want to join the Illuminati. I'm not no motherfucking fool. You know, which is why people consider me to do things ass backwards, or for me to be the neglected one or the black sheep of the family. But you know, the black sheep always turn to the goats. But anyway, the disowned one, I do things different, not the typical way. And a lot of famous people do. A lot of smart people and geniuses do. And you know, you learn from your mistakes. So a lot of times, in order to learn something, you need to fuck up. That's why you shouldn't be ashamed of things that you go through in life, or you shouldn't be ashamed if you don't know something. That's why they say if you go to school, don't be ashamed to raise your hand and ask a question. Even if you feel like people are going to laugh at you, because there's no such thing as a stupid question. If you don't know, you don't know. So how does that make you stupid? You stupid if you pretending that you know something that you don't fucking know. And just like Erykah Badu said, and On and On, or however that song goes, she says, the one that I like to sing, I was born underwater with $3.06, meaning I was reborn, baptized, reborn again. My life did a whole 360. I'm starting off with a clean slate. She says in that song, to know that you don't know everything, I mean, to think that you know everything is to prove that you know nothing at all. You have to admit that you learn something new every day, or you're a dummy. And in order to learn, you have to be willing to learn. You know the saying, too many chiefs and not enough Indians. It'd be too many people ready to teach something and they dumb as fuck. You wasn't able to learn, so you can't teach. But you want to be a boss of some shit. And that's where they came up with that. It's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Like, how dare you think you can climb the ladder and get all the way to the top and you ain't never been through shit? And that's just making me think of my Uncle Kevin Williams. My Uncle Kevin told me, Aaliyah, let me tell you something. Hard work pays the fuck off. And like I said, my Uncle Kevin is up in rank. So for him to tell me that, like, Aaliyah, you about to have to go through some shit, but hard work pays off, I understand exactly what he meant now. And at first, when he told me that, I was pissed, because Uncle Kevin, I need fucking help. Like, you don't understand what I'm going through. But really, my Uncle Kevin understood exactly what I was going through, because he been through it. And that's that Illuminati shit. That's being tested. And my Uncle Kevin ain't no fool. Been in the military, army, whatever the case may be. I said he up in rank, up there. Up there. So when he said that to me, I was pissed at first. Like, my mama told me if I need help to come and fucking find you, you not fucking helping me. But really, the best thing my Uncle Kevin could have did was turn me away and make me work hard as fuck. So when I thought that he wasn't helping me and I knew that he could, in all reality, he was really helping me. Because he made me put in that work. He put that pressure on me. Like, Aaliyah, I can help you. He knew that I knew that he could help me. But he said, no, hard work pays off. Get the fuck out there and prove yourself. So over the last 5 years, and this happened back in 2020, when I had picked up my kids and drove to Georgia, because I told my Uncle Kevin people kept breaking into my house. It's like somebody was trying to set me up or kill me or something. And I was not making that up. I was dead ass fucking serious. And I drove 16 hours to Georgia with my kids in my Fusion. At that, my baby was a baby. And I had drove down there and I'm breaking this shit down to my Uncle Kevin, and he looking at me like, hold on, you said what happened? So I'm like, yeah, this happened. He like, hold on, so what happened? Then he called his wife like, hold on, Daphne, come over here and listen to what Aaliyah said. Aaliyah, tell Daphne what you just said. So I'm telling them what I'm saying, like I'm really breaking down my life story, and my Uncle Kevin looking at me like, hold on. But at the same time, I'm thinking he looking at me as if like, oh, he another motherfucker that don't believe me. But I'm hearing like, no, your Uncle Kevin believed you. And he knew exactly what you was about to go through. And that's why he was telling you hard work pays off. That's why he was basically turning you away. This man all up in my car. But he's like, that's why he was turning you away. He knew what you was about to have to go through. He knew. And a lot of people didn't think you was gonna make it out, and you made it. And I'm telling you, I started getting people out the woodwork, speaking of the military training you and all types of things like that. The military So many people from the military started coming to my Facebook page. So many people from Africa started coming to my Facebook page. I had so many different people in different fraternities and sororities coming to my Facebook page. I had all them people from Tubi coming to my Facebook page. I had so many different tarot readers coming to my Facebook page. The shit got so fucking deep. It got deeper than my Facebook page. It got to the astrologers from, you know how you can go to astrology.com and do your birth chart? Them motherfuckers started emailing me on a regular. Ilea, we're here to do this, or is this. The shit was non-stop. Non-fucking stop. When I say they put that pressure on you, and I'm talking about, like, I was seeing this movie, Tobias used to call me Xena, the warrior princess. And he like, Ilea, you an Amazon. You like an Amazon. And I'm like, why the fuck do you keep calling me Amazon? Well, I was on YouTube the other day, and it's this Amazon movie that came on with like these gladiator women or whatever, and it looked like a Olympics, and it was these girls, and they were basically like fighting for a position or whatever. And I'm like, this why Tobias keep on saying I'm an Amazon. I'm like Xena the warrior princess. This is why Tobias kept saying that to me. But in the little clip that I seen, these women, they were battling in like a Olympics Amazon gladiator type of fight thing or whatever. And somebody got in my car the other day, and it was like, you like Xena. Then I'm like, why the fuck do everybody keep on saying I'm like Xena the warrior princess? But it's because I really am a warrior, and I have a warrior spirit. But y'all don't understand how the government tests people. How I talk about the Bible, and I say the Bible just teaches you about the test of all times, loyalty, faith of a mustard seed, walk by faith, not by sight, and all that type of shit. This is exactly what this shit is breaking down into. The test of all times. And really, when you testing, it's just like being in a relationship. You might find that one person, and this is how I be feeling about Cliff sometimes, and we not in a relationship or anything like that, but I feel like he tests me. And I wondered that about him, like, why do he test me instead of just asking me certain things like that? Like, why study me instead of talk to me and see how I feel, or ask me what do I think or something? Why test me or something like that? But everybody does it. Everybody does it. And there's a such thing as street lords and street gods and things like that. And God ordains gods. That's why there's a such thing as gods and goddesses that walk this earth. Reincarnated gods, goddesses, pharaohs, and things like that. Just like we have judges and lawyers who have to be sworn in, God ordains judges, kings and queens, and things like that. So that's why I said this life shit is deeper than rap. And when you have a spiritual awakening and things like that, the shit go deep. And a lady was saying, the one who said she had met Flavor or whatever, she was like, yeah, my mom had a spiritual awakening. We all had one probably about in 2020, but she's still going through hers. And I was laughing. I'm like, well, I'm still going through mine too, but not as hard as I used to. Like, I was really battling. Speaking of them Amazons and shit like that, when they say the higher ups watch you, and when somebody needs to go and watch Wicked City. But there's really higher ups in the cults that watch us. Like, oh, that's a beast right there. That bitch right there, that's a warrior right there. I want her on my team. That's why they like to initiate you. It's just like a basketball draft or football draft or whatever. Like, damn, he can really play basketball. He can hoop. I want him on my team. So they go and they scout you out. That's just how this Illuminati shit go. And people, that's why I don't need validation, confirmation, or none of that from nobody. Because when the Illuminati started emailing me, bitch, you can't tell me shit. Because if the higher ups fucking with me, a low motherfucker can't do shit with me. It's the higher ups that's on my motherfucking ass. That's just like these ladies who would be like, ladies who grow herbs and shit. Even white ladies. This ain't just a black thing when it comes to the Illuminati. So white people would be like, who's deep into herbs and shit, be like, I ain't scared of humans or aliens. I'm scared of the government because big pharma. Like, do you know how much money pharmaceuticals make off of killing people? You think they want people out here telling you like, oh, you just mix some herbs with this oil and this seed and oh, that'll cure that right up? Hell no. They put a target, a hit on your head because you fucking with their fucking money. And that's why the Illuminati started coming for me. I'm very knowledgeable. And I talk like this. And they'll take my fucking head off because I can wake up the masses. And that's why this shit deeper than rap. So that's why when people get on here and be talking about me or leaving stupid ass comments, half the time I gotta ignore y'all. Half the time I gotta laugh at y'all. And half the time I just know you illiterate as fuck. You ain't woke to what the fuck is going on. And actually, I feel sorry for you. And that be the real tea. But that's why, again, the Bible says lack of knowledge is our downfall. In all your gettings, you better get a fucking understanding. You better figure out why the fuck they targeting you, why they testing you. And that's what my life has been about for the last 5 years. It's deeper than a spiritual awakening and spiritual warfare. You need to actually figure out why the fuck you had to go through that type of shit. And then you'll find out like, damn, I'm great as fuck. That's why I'm going through this hard ass shit. So, I was thinking about that while I was talking to certain people yesterday and noticing again that people do actually watch my YouTube channel. And, even if they think that they're making a mockery out of my life and things like that, I appreciate it. Because, again, it shows me where I am in life and where I have come from. I watched this movie where I'm speaking of. I can't remember what movie it was. Oh, The Ultimate Gift. The Ultimate Gift. It was a movie where this white guy, he was born rich. He was born into a rich family. And his grandfather was a billionaire. And when his grandfather died, he didn't really leave nobody nothing. He pretty much donated everything to charity. But his grandson, he left him a video and he left him a letter, basically with some instructions that he wanted him to do. And one of them was like, go down south and help run a farm with somebody or build a fence or some shit. It was like some crazy shit that the average rich white boy would not be doing or whatever. And he was like, why the fuck do I gotta do this shit? Like, why does my granddad have me doing this? He was a fucking billionaire. Why do he want me living like this and doing hard work for no reason? But they were testing him. Like, the people who had the will, you know how you write your wills and your life insurance policies out and you give it to maybe like a lawyer or somebody. The lawyers were in charge of giving this boy the money. Once he beat the ultimate test, he got the ultimate gift. And the ultimate test, I think he had to find a real friend. Like, he had to know what a real friend was before he got this big lump sum of money. And he didn't even know that he was going to get any money for real. He had to know what it was like to work a real job. He had to know what it was like to really love somebody. He had to know what it was like to actually have a real friend. And he just needed to know life lessons. He ended up being homeless, sleeping on a bench. He had got his car repoed and everything. Mind you, he come from a billionaire family. But at the end, his granddad said, I had you go through all of this because basically you didn't have no real friends. You had friends that was in your life because you had money. You had money because we had money. So your friends were always using you. And I wanted you to realize that. That girlfriend that you had only wanted you for your money. She left you quick as hell when your car got repoed. And when you had to sleep on a park bench, she didn't want to fuck with you. You actually caught her on a date with somebody else. But then, as soon as he got that $2 billion, guess who was blowing his shit up? And, oh, baby, I missed you. Bitch, you weren't with me shooting in a fucking gym or sleeping on a bench, per se. So, and that's reminded me of my friend Black as well. My old friend Black, he used to tell me, like, Ali, you gonna be straight. But first, you got to get them motherfucking friends up out your life because those friends is not your friends. And now I'm hearing Blade, Icewood, like friends ain't really friends. They just some cool ass niggas. And again, I'm also hearing them like, how the fuck you niggas working when you always at work? Like, you can't be out here. You can't be successful at work if you always working for somebody else. You can't be great at what you want to do. And you can't be great and 100% the best of your abilities if you always working for somebody else. So how the fuck you niggas working if you always at work? You ain't got no fucking heart to stand up and say, fuck y'all for a minute. I'm doing what the fuck I need and want to do for myself. And again, friends ain't really friends, just some cool ass niggas. Like, you really cannot put your trust in a whole bunch of people because life lessons will teach you that. And that's what Black was telling me, like, Ali, you're gonna be straight, but you got to get a lot of people up out your life first. And if that's the case, including me, if that's the case. So I was just learning so much stuff over the last couple of years, and I said that my life is a movie and that I could write a book. And I'm 35 years old now. I was saying that when I was 27 years old. But now that since 2020 came and the reset and COVID-19 and spiritual awakening, spiritual warfare, I could write a book just off the last 5 years of my life. And at the time we live in, I ain't gotta write shit. Why people be like, oh, you can't write a book if you didn't go to college, bitch. The world that I live in, I'm hearing, what a time to be alive. I ain't gotta know how to write a book, bitch. I could get it started talking and AI write it for me. It's the time that we live in. Speaking of the lady saying if your personality can make you money, why not? My personality can make me money. But it ain't even just that. It's my life story. It's true. Why somebody was being funny saying that I look like Oprah and shit, I was here. I said 3 years ago that I had a dream that Oprah and Tyler Perry wanted to work with me. So now other people starting to speak stuff into the universe. You got to understand how deep this shit go. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I can't even get offended. People be trying to trigger me or make me offended. I've elevated too high. And I don't mean that in a way like, oh, I'm higher than you, I think I'm better than you. No, but I got a lot of fucking knowledge that a lot of people don't got. That's why, again, sometimes I gotta laugh at people. Like, somebody got in my car the other day and they was like, such and such, yeah, said they be talking to the dead. Don't nobody talk to the dead. And I feel sorry for people who don't understand ancestors or mediumship or people who can't travel between realms. People who don't know how to understand their dreams and shit. But I can't feel sorry for them because you know what? That's why they have people in the Bible like Joseph who had to break down dreams to people. You know, it was pharaohs and kings and shit in the Bible that they would dream stuff and then they would go and call a peasant, a prophet, and be like, hey, can you tell me what my dream meant? I dreamed this last night. Can you tell me what that meant? You know why? Because some people are woke. Just like John the Baptist gave a whole prophecy because he was in the spiritual realm talking to God. And that prophecy is unfolding right here, right now in the book of Revelations. So I'm very knowledgeable. I'm very spiritual. And when you got street smarts, book smarts, the book smarts, and you spiritual too, that's a bad motherfucking trio that you don't want to fuck with. And I think that's what people is learning about me. And I'm very much so humble, like I said. This says, you don't look like Oprah, honey. She got money and you don't. But money doesn't have a look, honey. You see how I'm saying some people are stupid? That says, add it up, gang 5600. You see, you can't even add it up. We're talking about looks. We're not talking about finances. You get what I'm saying? How some people are stupid and you can't even argue with them because they stupid. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean by I said I feel sorry for some people. They so surface level, they can't even level up. Like, Oprah probably would never even talk to that person like that because your mindset is too fucking low. But she would like to interview somebody like me because I'm elevated like that, if you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, I love people. I love black people, and I hate to see people that don't know something. You know, when it comes to life, I'm not talking about all that going to school and, oh, if you don't know this, you dumb. I'm talking about basic life rules. Basic life rules. You know, like universal law, spiritual law, the law. You know how many smart people out here don't know the law? You a fucked up person if you don't know the law, if you can't defend yourself. I had took one of my old guy friends, this was years ago, he had to go to court out in Ohio. And I had drove him out to Ohio to go to court. And I was just sitting in the courtroom waiting for him to get ready to go up there and, you know, talk to the judge or whatnot. And it was this black guy, this was scamming was going on. Big. He had got caught up for scamming. You know how the scammers used to go get their cards, get the machines, the card readers and everything, go out of town, hit a good dog ass lick on the Myers or something like that. My people used to do that. So I was talking about this was scamming with scamming. Like, I ain't need shit. They scamming on the gas. They scamming on the food. They scamming on the furniture. I was talking about all you gotta do is make a phone call. Hey, I need a whole king size bedroom set. I just moved, and I'm talking about they got you. They got you on the gas. You need to fill up for $20. I'm talking about them type of scammers. And he ended up getting caught out in Ohio or whatever. So when I was in the courtroom or whatnot, this guy, he had just got up there and they started reading off all the charges that he was getting charged for. And I'm like, damn, like, fuck. I'm sitting there and then they're like, okay, so who's going to represent you? Blase Splee, where's your lawyer? And mind you, this was an inmate in jail. You know, they still got your cuffs on. You still got on the scrubs and shit. He was like, I don't got no lawyer. And when he said he ain't had no lawyer, my heart broke. Because they just read off all this fucking shit. And you don't got nobody to help you. You don't got nobody to defend you. That motherfucking man got the fuck up there. He said, I defend myself. So they said, you know, state your name, state this, that, and the other. Put your hand up, Blase Splee. Tell everybody you defend yourself, yada, yada, yada. However the court process go when he said he represent himself. This man got the fuck up there and read that motherfucking judge his goddamn rights. I was in the audience. I was about the audience. I was in the courtroom like, the judge, white ass, was up there like, did this black motherfucking bum ass nigga who I just knew ain't no shit just read the law to me and put me in my motherfucking place? Yes, he did. Yes, the fuck he did. He did that and he did it very fucking well. I'm talking about put them white people in their place. The prosecutor was looking dumb. The judge was looking dumb. The lawyers that didn't want to represent him was looking dumb as fuck. That man got a date to get the fuck up out that bitch, and I was more happy for him than the friend that I actually drove to Ohio to go to court. I wanted to yell up in that bitch. I wanted to jump up and give him a hand clap or run and hug him and everything, but he was a stranger. Because when I say he defended the fuck out himself, because sometimes you will get lawyers and shit in this faulty ass system that will not fucking help you. And again, like I said, that shit go deep into Illuminati and everything. It's one of Vezo's songs. I swear, Vezo, I don't know if it's equal with him and Dej, and he basically be like, you know, they set us up to fail in the system. You gotta beat the Fed system and every fucking thing if you want to survive. And I'm trying to tell you, that's how they do you. Even innocent old me, they was trying to throw a felony on me so fucking hard, so bad they wanted to drop them 2 felonies on my name. Bitch, y'all got me fucked the fuck up in this motherfucker. And actually, that's how I felt having to defend myself when I was just going to Macomb County in 2024 and 2025. And I had 3 court-appointed attorneys and lawyers that said they didn't want to work with me because I was too irate. I'm irate because I'm asking y'all questions. I'm irate because I told you didn't read me my fucking rights. I'm irate because I said instead of y'all pinning 2 felonies on me, I would like to sue the fuck out y'all. Oh, now it's dismissed. Now you can go on about your business. They can't stand when a black motherfucker, for one, and all the time it's not about race, but it's damn sure about race when it's black against white and smarts against street smart, book smart against street smart. They want to say, oh, she's black and she never went to college. She damn sure ain't gonna be able to defend herself about me. I'm a white man with degrees. She's a black bitch with no education. She ain't gonna be able to stand a chance against me in the court of law. Who not? Because in this day and time, I don't need to go to law school. Bitch, I'm about to ask Google, Siri, Gemini, or whoever the fuck I need to fucking ask. I'm about to do my research. I'm about to read, and I'm about to figure out what the fuck y'all got me fucked up on. And I'm about to give you some charges, bitch. Now you got the right to remain silent. And how about you shut the fuck up, because anything that you say or do is going to be used against you in the court of law. Now we can really get the feds involved. They don't want to fuck with you when you come at them like that. But as long as you go in there timid, dumb, and scared, they're gonna bully the fuck out your ass. And that's why our ancestors was in slavery for so fucking long, because they was timid and scared of the massa and the white man. And that's why they call people like me the rebels. They quick to call us uneducated, black, dumb, ghetto, ratchet, and everything. But that's the type of mentality and personality and mindset that you gotta get in sometimes to defend your fucking self, because they'll consider you to be nothing. So that just is making me think of that. That man got up there and defended the fuck out himself. Said 15 years who? I'm hearing T Grizzly like, what part of that song am I hearing? Because I just heard it clear as day. Because I'm hearing First Day Out. When he be like, I don't know. They thought that they wasn't gonna see me in how many months or whatever the fuck he said. I told them niggas holla at me when they sober. Like, bitch, you said I'm about to do what? I'm about to got 2 felonies. 5 years in jail. Nigga, holla at me when you sober. Cause you got me fucked the fuck up, bitch. Like, they don't like when you talk to them like that. They don't like when you can beat your case. You beat the system, you a problem. Especially when you uneducated. Or when I ain't even gonna say uneducated, I'm gonna say when you're underestimated. When they considered you to be the underdog or somebody that was no competition, and you come through with that heat, asking who want the fucking smoke. So, yeah, it's something about that. I don't know why I'm talking about that. So, it's something about defending yourself, speaking up for yourself, talking, and all that type of shit. All that. I gotta put my wig cap on. I gotta pull it up. Look at y'all. Y'all see me pulling my wig up. But, yeah. Oh, and speaking of like comments and things like that, when somebody was telling me to take my wig cap off yesterday, like, baby, I don't know if you watch these videos or not, but I take wigs on and off on camera or not. It does not fucking matter or whatever. And people, that's why I said I gotta feel sorry for some people, because they so surface level is pathetic. And you know, 9 times out of 10, a person who be trying to call somebody ugly be ugly as fuck. Have you ever noticed that? Or like a person who be trying to talk about somebody really be the one who got low self-esteem? It's weird. But take your wig off and let's see if you can still say that. Like, bitch, please. Yes, still the fuck can. Shit, might take this bitch off right now. I like this wig too. It's very, very much so comfortable. And because I have such a small head, wigs aren't really good for me, because 9 times out of 10 they be too big, which is why I be having the issues of having to like pull them like this, or you know, or they'll be hurting my ears because they can't go over. But this wig is really good, and I don't do good with frontals because again, my head is small. So this is just like a little closure one or whatever, like a little 4x4. And it fits so good. And my straps come all the way up to above my ear. That's how small my head really is. So, I really do like this wig or whatever. I haven't done nothing to it either. I just put it on. Like, I haven't bleached the knots, and I don't really feel like I need to on this one. But I haven't put like no tint on the lace or anything like that. I haven't plucked it. I haven't done anything to it whatsoever. So I said when I get ready to go out and stuff, I'm actually going to do the wig. Like, I'm going to put the little whatever I put. I don't know if I'm going to get the lace spray or like some foundation or whatever, but I'm going to put that on there, and then I'm actually going to do it. I don't have any lace that I need to cut, so that is good. I just got to actually go through and flat iron it out and everything like that. So I'm going to do that when I get ready to really go somewhere or something, because I don't really care to just be putting heat on it for nothing. I flat ironed it out just a little bit because this is actually wavy hair, but I didn't go through and flat iron it the way that I really need to. Hi. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure the dispensary should be open now. I've been on here chopping it up. I just wanted to sit down and talk for a minute while I was waiting on them to open. Um, what time is it? 10:16. So they should be open now. I've actually been on here for a little minute. Why don't you take time to do your own nappy hair rather than play with fake hair? From Justin Tatum, 16. Well, Justin, you're probably white. But, black girls, we buy wigs so that we don't have to take the time to do hair. That's actually the purpose of a wig. You don't have to take the time to do your hair. But if y'all want to talk about wigs and stuff, like I told you, if I pull this up and I got my cap under here, I actually had to take the time to braid my hair under here, which I had to just redo or whatever. And I'm proud of my naps. Actually, I'm very proud of being a black girl that has kinks, coils, and naps and things like that, because I wouldn't know what to do if my hair was actually like this, straight with no texture. Like, not trying to be funny, but that's that white people shit, and I'm black. We buy this type of hair because it's easy. You know, you white people wouldn't know what it was like to have kinks, coils, and curls like that. And I'm not trying to be funny, because again, I just said I like some white people. As long as you, just like I like some black people, because some black people I don't fucking like. I'm not prejudiced. I don't like idiots. So, yeah. That's just like asking a white girl, why do she take the time to go get some braids? You know how hard it is to braid some straight ass fucking white hair? You know, a lot of braiders, they like to braid nappy hair. Men don't date you black women with wigs, though. What men? And why in the fuck wouldn't a man date a woman with wigs when they date half you foreigners that got fake asses and titties? You know, y'all fake foreigners and white people and shit, y'all grow the hair, y'all don't grow the ass, the titties, and the hips, or the lips. So you go and buy them. That's just why we go and buy the hair. Y'all don't grow lips, titties, and ass, and hips, so you go and pay for them. And when we want to grow some longer hair, we go and pay for it. You see? Just like some of you niggas that don't get pussy, you go and pay for it. Or you go and watch porn. It's the same. And being that you sitting here criticizing me so much, you probably ain't getting no motherfucking pussy. Because it's Sunday motherfucking morning, bitch. Why you ain't at church or laid up? But you up in my business and what the fuck I do with my hair. But anyway, he's right from Michael. Well, Michael, if you feel the same, y'all could probably fuck each other. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just joking. I don't care if y'all fuck each other. If you fuck white bitches, black bitches, bitches with dreads, natural hair, weave, fake lashes, no lashes. I don't give a fuck. What works for me is what works for me. I'm combing fake hair, stupid, because it needs to be combed. And the hair is real. It's just not mine. So it needs to be combed. Why are you sitting here commenting on my page so much? With bullshit. But yeah, again, I was talking about, go back and watch the video. Maybe you might learn something. But I was talking about how people are so stupid sometimes that I can't even take what they say offensive. Because they dumb as fuck. But anyway, I'm about to get off of here and get ready to go to the dispensary, like I said, with my wig, whether I want to comb it out or not. Like, that's what I'm saying. People are just so crazy to me. But anyway, please stop with the talk and let out a little stink bubble so we can hear. You see? But yeah, I was also hearing, like, if you don't have trolls, I like when people leave comments like this too, because the more comments that you actually leave, whether they're stupid or not, it gets my videos out into the algorithm so that people who actually might need to hear something that I'm saying can hear them. So I don't give a fuck if you left a dot, a middle finger, a smiley face, a happy face, a hearts, a rainbow, or any emoji, or any stupid comment. Just keep them coming, because that's how algorithm works. You know, so you doing your job by being dumb as fuck. So keep doing it and do it well, please. You need to continue to mind the business that pays you, and it must be me. But anyway, Dag, I must be got a rich spirit like Oprah. People want to say I look like Oprah, compare my pockets to Oprah. Oprah girl, Oprah Winfrey, call me, call me, see about me, call me Oprah. Shit, they want to talk about us. Maybe we need to collab. Oprah helps the poor black girl. You get a car, you get a house, you get a car, you get a house, you get a car, you get a house. I need it all, Oprah. Shit. Maybe I can give you some topics of discussion to talk about, because you see, people love to comment when I'm talking. So maybe me and Oprah need to do some business together. Maybe I need to be on own network or something. So y'all keep on putting it out in the atmosphere for me, please. Speak it into existence, even if you're doing it stupidly. If that's a word. But yeah, anywho, who's watching your kids? Not you, if you're asking. So it's not your fucking business. You see how I'm a celebrity? They want to know who watching my kids and every goddamn thing. And my oldest daughter is 18. Baby, I don't need nobody to watch my motherfucking kids. But you ain't watching them since you're asking. But damn, you see? You see how I'm a celebrity? Again, keep putting it on out there in the atmosphere. Because that's just like somebody saying who watching Blue Ivy. We don't fucking know. That's Jay-Z and Beyonce's business. We don't know what Rumi doing. So why the fuck you asking who watching my kids and what they doing? That's what I'm saying. Shoestring for dental floss. Oh, if you're talking about my Gap, we've been there and done that a lot, Tommy. I talk about that all the time too. Go watch some more videos since you're a fan. But yeah, all of that. You see, I love you idiots as well. Y'all really hype me up more than a hype me up, but I don't even need a hype me up button because I got idiots in my comments. She's about 39. No, I'm 35. A lot of people have that. A lot of people have gaps. Actually, I just shared something on my YouTube short that was talking about gaps and how if you have this gum piece in the middle there, that you have to get it removed. And I was told that when I had got my braces put on too, that I would have to get that cut off in order for my teeth to close up all the way. So like I said, when people leave comments like that, it just shows their stupidity and lack of knowledge. And that's a lot of people's downfall. But yeah, let's see what comments are getting blocked, because it's a lot of comments getting blocked. I like that Gap got blocked. Thank you, Michael. A lot of people like my Gap, especially a lot of men. You would actually be surprised how many men like my Gap. And speaking of, like, this about to be a TMI, but I'm about to give a little spoiler alert, if that makes sense, for the girls like myself who have the Gap. When we have this gap right here, like how I was just talking about the skin in the middle, I mean the gum in the middle that causes the gap, it causes us to have this little thing on our lip too, like this little bubble. Hold on, I really gotta show this. Like right here, because on your lip, like since there's no tooth right there and it's just space, that piece of skin, it kind of like sinks in the space right there. And I heard that feels really good when giving head. You know, like how some guys like to get head from girls who have tongue rings or whatever. It's like this extra soft piece of skin that's so soft and moist and wet, like and it's gummy, that just rubs on their dick. I mean, it's TMI, but I said the video wasn't for kids anyway. So that's one plus about a lot of us ladies who do have gaps. It's like we got that extra comfort, which is why my honey be like, he just loved different strokes. Different strokes. That's what I was saying. Like, I used to be self-conscious about having a gap when I was a kid, but baby, I swear to God, since I grew up, baby, just like my 4th grade teacher told me, she's like, girl, you gonna love that gap when you get older, and you gonna love them hips when you get older. And she was like, if you don't, the niggas will. And she was right. So a lot of stuff that bitches be talking about me or immature men be talking about who ain't never had good pussy or good head for real or a good female in general, like y'all will be surprised. Niggas be fucking with me the long way. I just don't have a man. So, anywho, and that's just for ladies who got gaps, who might be self-conscious. Like, girl, please don't be, because you would be surprised how the niggas loved that gap. I know, I'm just speaking facts. I know a lot of bitches with gaps. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm going to this motherfucking dispensary. I done talked enough. I really was oiling up my hair the other day. Well, not oiling it, but putting some moisturizer in it. Y'all see how I be fixing this wig? Don't give a fuck, bitch. I said it's a wig, so why the fuck can't I scoot it around on here? That's people be too used to being fake. I am too real. I'm real enough to tell you that this hair is not real. Neither is it sewn in. But it's strapped on. Like a dyke with a dildo. Anywho. I'm getting off here. Put some Carmex on and blow your nose nasty. Well, actually, I just blew my nose nasty for looking all up in it. And if you want me to be technical, my lips aren't really dry right now. They probably look that way, being that how my camera is set up and how I'm outside right now and it's pretty cloudy and I pay attention to shit like that. And bitch, let me tell you something, Justin. Get the fuck off my motherfucking live, hoe, if I'm bothering you so much with your weak ass. Or sit back and shut the fuck up, pussy. Okay? Black girl don't grow long straight hair or blonde. Y'all be looking stupid. Hold on. Black girl don't grow long straight hair or blonde hair. Y'all be looking stupid. And you be texting and typing stupid. Cause it's black girls don't. You only need one don't. It's black girls with an S to make it plural. Black girls don't grow long straight hair or blonde hair. Y'all be looking stupid. First of all, this hair isn't straight if you want to be technical, and I just said that. And a black girl didn't grow it. I never said that. And if you want to say that we be looking stupid, that's your opinion. It's not a fact. And some black girls do have blonde hair. Some black girls are born with blonde patches of hair. I know some. So you need to get your facts straight. You just are stupid. That's why everything sounds stupid to you. And your stupid ass need not be on a page like this. But anywho, I like talking to you, Justin Tatum, because you a dumbass motherfucker. And just like you trying to call me out, I like calling out dumbass motherfuckers like you. But y'all have a great day. I wish y'all nothing but love, joy, peace, happiness, abundance, good health, good wealth, prosperity, and all that good shit that us good ass people deserve. I am done chopping it up with my digital diary. I have expressed myself, dropped any tears that I needed to drop. I feel really good. I'm about to go to the dispensary. I'm about to get my day started. I hope you all have a great day. I pray for the kids, pray for your loved ones, pray for the elders, and all that good shit. But yeah, I love y'all. Love, joy, peace, and hair grease. Oh, and the cigarettes. If you watch my videos, then you will know that I always say one way that I tend to see if people are watching me or put like secret cameras in my car or anywhere is to smoke a cigarette. And last night, before I got to the house, something told me to go to the gas station and grab a cigarette. This lady was outside of the gas station anyway, and she was asking me for $1. And something told me to grab a cigarette. And when something told me to grab the cigarette, I was already informed that there's monitoring spirits. Like, you got to watch my videos to be able to understand that and why I say that. But I always say it. Like, if you want to know if somebody's watching you in your car or in your house or whatever, and you feel like it, play with your pussy or smoke a cigarette and watch somebody bring it up. And I tested the theory plenty of times in my car, in houses that I live in. If all I gotta do is smoke a cigarette, and somebody would just randomly come and ask you, like, you smoke cigarettes? Like, why would you assume I smoke cigarettes? Have you ever seen me smoke a cigarette? And yes, they have. You know why? Because they were watching you, which is why they asked in the first place right after you just got done smoking a cigarette and you ain't smoked a cigarette in 30 years. You see? Just like people like to play mind games on you and stuff, I have a way that I've learned how to play people how they try to play me. Like, you trying to be sarcastic, stupid, funny, and subliminal by asking me a question that you already know the answer to, so that you can let me know that you're watching me, and now you just giving me the evidence that you're watching me. That's just like my brother Uncle Barry, who wanted to be talking so much shit and be having so much shit to say, but then when I had asked him some information about a car, he didn't want to help me. But then when I went and got a car, his weird creepy ass gonna drive by my brother's house like, oh, you got a nice car, but how did you even know if that was my car? Why are you driving past my brother's house? Why are you looking at my car? But that's what I be saying, because thieves, like I said, be stealing, and then they be going in court trying to lie and make it seem like I'm crazy and don't know what the fuck I be talking about. And I be knowing exactly what I be talking about. And that's probably why my car, they said that somebody probably took the Cadillac converter or something off of my car, or fucked in with, you know, the muffler and stuff anyway. And I didn't say that. Somebody else said it. Because people just be making themselves obvious. People make themselves obvious. And sometimes when people be commenting on like my YouTube right now, and they'll be under a fake name, but the way that you talk, I can tell who you are because of what you're saying and how you're saying it, or how you type and how you text. That's how much of a detective I've become, because people won't leave me the fuck alone. I can tell who's working the fake pages. Whether it be my brother's friends that think they so smart from Cass, or whether it be some of my old friends or my hating ass cousins and stuff, I can tell who y'all are under these fake ass names. I can even tell when a boy is a girl. And that goes a part of being tapped in as well. And again, why the Illuminati was emailing me, because they know I got real gifts like this that'll burn a bitch through this phone screen. The shit deeper than rap, like the fuck I said. And whoever's been sending me the hearts, I love you, because I've been seeing them throughout the video. It doesn't tell me who exactly is sending those, or I would personally thank you, but much love to you. I appreciate you. But yeah, guys, I'm getting off of here. I'm going into the dispensary. I love y'all, and again, I hope y'all have a good day. It is Sunday, so the doors of the church are open. Come as you are. God loves you no matter what. No matter what a hating ass bitch or hating ass nigga got to fucking say. God loves you. You are beautiful, you are smart, and you are talented in some way, shape, or form, and don't let nobody take that from you. I love y'all. Oh, let me put some lip gloss on for Justin, since he's so far up my lip, my gap, my pussy, and my ass. I'm here, my neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack, because that's what that motherfucker needs to do. Must want to do it. He's so far up my motherfucking mouth and shit. Out here in Cardi B, I want to see that little wiggly thiggly right in the side of my throat, or whatever the fuck that crazy ass bitch say who gonna be here tonight. Cardi, I love you, girl. But yeah, that's wet ass pussy. That's WAP. I want you to park that something back right in the middle of my throat, or whatever the fuck that bitch be saying. That's what I'm hearing right now. But anywho, talk to y'all later. I love y'all. I really do. I really do.